Hi, my good people. My name is Chichi, and you're welcome to my channel, Styling Opinion. So please do not forget to subscribe, to like. Let's get started already. So once again, you're welcome back. So today I'll be illustrating on how to cut a simple pencil skirt. Simple pencil skirt. So first off, I have my pattern placed on fold this way. Okay. So next I will be, in order to get rid of the excess pattern paper, so I'll be marking out my zip allowance of 2 inches. Okay, 2 inches, so I can get rid of the excess paper and work just with what I need to work with. So that's my 2 inches. Okay, join it to the tape rule and then cut out, so you can just have enough to work with. Okay, getting rid of the excess brown paper that we will not be needing at the moment. So this is exactly what we'll be working with at this point. Okay, so here is the pattern placed on fold, and this is my zip allowance of 2 inches. The zip allowance is what we have here. So next is for us to get the hip line, the skirt length. Okay, so the skirt length is 28. It's an addition of 2 inches. Okay, the skirt length is 26 with an addition of 2 inches, making 28. So at this point we'll be getting the hip line. This person is quite tall. Ordinarily a hip line should not be more than 7 to 8 inches, but this person is quite tall, so her hip line is 7 inches. Okay, so you mark 9 inches, sorry please, you mark that all the way. Always endeavor to have all your points marked out and labeled accordingly. So this is the hip line, the waist, and the skirt length. Okay, so next we have everything marked out. So at the skirt length, remember initially I said we added 2 inches to the skirt length, so we'll be marking out the 2 inches so that we would know exactly where our skirt length is. So this is where the skirt length, the exact skirt length is. Okay, so the extra 2 is our seam allowance for the folding at the down. So this is the zip allowance, the waist, the hip, and the skirt length. Okay, so that is it we have at the moment. So next we'll be dividing the waist, the hip accordingly, and like as always, you divide the waist into 4 plus your seam allowance. Okay, the hip divide by 4 plus your seam allowance. So the waist divide by 4 plus seam allowance. Remember to include your darts at your waist. Okay, divide by 4 gives us 8 plus dart allowance, which is 1, plus our normal seam allowance of 2 inches, making 11 at the waist. Okay, do not forget your dart allowance at the waist side. Then at the hip, you divide by 4. Sorry for the blurred vision. Hip divide by 4 plus 2 inches, and that will give us 13. Okay, so at the skirt length, because it's a pencil skirt, okay, at the skirt length, what I'll do is, if you don't have a curve rule, if you want to do it a freehand, okay, at the skirt length, you take inward by 2 inches whatever you have at the hip. Okay, you take in by 2 inches. Take note, by 2 inches whatever you have at the hip. Remember our hip is 13, so at the skirt length I'll be taking in by 2 inches, giving me 11, just in case you don't have a curve rule. But in this case I'll be using a curve rule, and at the end of the day we will see that it's going to give us almost, if not exactly, what the freehand calculation would have given us. Okay, so mark that hip measurement at the skirt length and let's see if we get exactly. So let's use our curve rule to join our point. So first you join the waist to the hip, then the hip to the skirt length. Okay, because we want a pencil skirt. You can use this other one if you don't want it too curvy, but because we want a pencil skirt, so I'll be using the curvier curve. Okay, so this is what I have. You can see how shapy this is looking already. So at the skirt length, going down to the total length of the pattern paper, I'll be taking it out, marking it outward this way. I won't be curving it all the way to the skirt length. Okay, remember I said, can you see, this is giving us exactly what a freehand would have given us if we had gone with the calculation. Remember I said 13 at the heel, so if you take out, it's going to give us 11, and you can see with the curve rule gave us same 11. So at the full pattern paper, we'll be adding just half an inch, then you join outward this way. Okay, can you see that? There are two ways you can do this. The second way is this. If you don't want to do that, you can just at the exact skirt length, you just fold in your excess 2 inches inward this way. Okay, so that at the end of the day, when we cut out that ½ inch we added at the edge of our paper, you are going to see that everything is going to align automatically. So you have a choice in your curving, sorry. So at this point, at the front, you see sometimes you have folds at the front of your skirt. You know, there is a solution to that already. So at that front, you always have a fold, like a rumpling at that point. So what you do to get rid of that, you mark downward only for the front 3/4 of an inch, and you curve to join somewhere at the waistline this way. It's not a straight curve, so you can still use your curve rule. You can see you join it to somewhere at your waistline, like 2 inches before the waist. Okay, you can see how it is. You can see how curvy it is. It's not straight. So we are going to, by the time we cut out this, we're automatically getting rid of those rumplings, those folds that you normally see in front of a skirt. So remember, you're cutting out only the front, not with the back. I made a mistake. Okay, so only the front, not the back. So this is it. Sorry for the mistake, I eventually cut the back. So now I'm cutting out my shape, and we're going to see what this looks like. Can you see? After folding, my cutting fell exactly at the ½ inch I added to it. So this is what we have now. This is the front. So you label for easy identification. So this is for the front, okay, and the back. Remember, the one with the zip allowance is always at the back for a simple skirt with zip at the back. So this is the front, and don't forget the front is placed on fold. Okay, the front you place it on fold, but because this is a pattern, I just cut out just a single piece. Remember, it will be placed on fold for the front, then the back will be 2 pieces. So this is what we have. Thanks for watching. Please do not forget